Top of the top. We back. Let's go. That's right. Let's get it. Intro. What's up? Back like we never left, y'all. What's good? Good morning, Miss Jackie. Good morning. Good to see everybody this morning, y'all. What's up? What's up, Rod Julius? What's up, bro? Red Skin, what's up? What up, AI? What up, my brother? What's up, bro? Y'all already know. What's up, S Dub? What's up, Punches? What's good, my brother? What's good? Might say anything. What's up? What's up, Sandra Love? What's good, y'all? We'll get into it today, y'all. Another day, man. These days going fast, man. That's all I know. What's up, Humble? What's up, Fatima? What's up, y'all? What's up, Hester? What's good? What's up, 4-1? Y'all know what's up. We're going to get into it. We got a lot to talk about today. Y'all already know the most important thing coming up is you know what. So until this election stuff, until it's over with, it's going to stay crazy. But I did see yesterday, it's a whole nother storm coming. They say this storm going to be crucial. I just saw the woman on TV say the people in Florida, they better leave. She said it's going to be catastrophic. Like she said, if anybody stay, they getting wiped out. So that's going down. Then we're going to also look at the Hurricane Helene victims because they still don't have no power neither. And I know a lot of y'all been hearing this whole game with y'all know what's up. With this whole Hurricane Helene, how you hearing one thing about victims not getting help and all this other stuff, but we'll take a look at that. Ain't that we'll talk about that. But R.KELLY got denied for his appeals, so his fight he's done fighting. R.KELLY has to do 20 years mandatory. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Diddy a little bit, but the main thing we're gonna be talking about today is what's up, Barbara Floyd? What's up? We going back into history again on this hip hop wrap up. All of this ties into hip hop being over, right? But Nas told us a long time ago. He told us straight up. But you gotta remember when Jay-Z was on top, nobody was listening. Nobody wanted to listen to Nas. We gotta understand, Jay-Z had the whole world under a spell at one point. He had a lot of men on his you know what. So nobody listened to Nas. But Nas already told us about, he already said something about Jay-Z. Basically, Nas said Jay-Z was in the studio with R.KELLY and he was around a lot of that R.KELLY stuff. Nas said it out his mouth. Nas said it to Wendy Williams. So I'm going to say this is part of the reason why Jay-Z never liked Nas anyway. Because Jay-Z always knew Nas had a lot of dirt on him. Nas was the only rapper that had real dirt on Jay-Z. You got to remember that. What Nas said in Ether was only a little bit. When Jay-Z had tried to get with Nas' baby mother, that was like payback because he already knew Nas had a lot of dirt on him. You know what I'm saying? When Jay-Z got with Nas' baby mother, that was over Foxy Brown. So they always had this little back and forth, but Nas always had the real dirt on Jay-Z. So Nas, he already told us that Jay-Z had the same behavior because they was together. I don't want to get too graphic, but we're going to look at what Nas said to Wendy Williams. Right? And all this stuff tying together because all of this stuff popping back out, some of it never went away. But I see clear as day like that trap being set for Jay-Z. I see this. I already see it. I'm pretty sure they got lows in the past couple of days too. What's up, Miss Deja? What's up? I see you up early this morning. What's up, Dramatic? What's up, Natalie? What's up, y'all? Shout out to everybody that's up. So we're going to get into it, y'all. Let's go. We're also going to talk about some current events, something like that. Let's go. All right, R.KELLY, appeal denied. He going to do those 20 years. So now we're going to see how much time Diddy going to get. Or if Diddy going to end up like Epstein. What's up, Randy Clark? What's up, bro? So once again, man, all this coming to an end. So what I'm really doing is documenting their demise. I'm documenting the whole thing. It's not just their demise, this whole thing of rap. For me, growing up on rap as a child, watching it as a baby boy, all the way to now as a grown man, watching this all play out. And like I said, these were characters. It's no coincidence all of these characters were in my life, my whole life. All right. And these characters are still around, but now we're seeing these characters disappear. All right. They being written out the movie. That's what's going on. All right. So my point is this, man. This stuff go way back, like I said. We also gonna look at today. I'm looking at now when I said R. Kelly was the scapegoat, that's one thing. But the more I look into this, he was the scapegoat way back then, y'all. They wanted R. Kelly to go back down the first time. Remember, that was the whole plot with the R. Kelly tape dropping. But the whole point is we're gonna look into this. They always wanted him gone. But it's part of what I said when I said a comment like, yo, they don't like no ladies man around. That's part of it. But for some reason, they was plotting on R. Kelly to go since the early 2000s, y'all, but it didn't work. Remember, it was the Best of Both Worlds tour. Remember, they fell out. Tape dropped. Then R. Kelly was in court. Remember, he beat it. So we're gonna look, y'all gonna get what I'm talking about. But like we already know, all of them been family, all of them are tied in. A lot of them just got personal beef. They was fighting over the Black Kingdom of Hollywood. And that's what all it's been about. Secrets, lies, betrayal. And that's why you're gonna see Diddy on his own. But first, we're gonna look at R. Kelly because, like I said, he is a key opponent in this because he's the scapegoat. Because all of them was around R. Kelly. We're gonna get into that today. All of them was around him. We also gotta act like people also acting like R. Kelly didn't dominate music his whole career. And you gotta remember he was at the top. People forget, even when JAZ-Z was at the top, R. Kelly was still over him. Do y'all remember that? Then I was looking at how it was mighty funny when R. Kelly was getting all that smoke. Then they brought out Kanye West. It's like they always wanted Chicago. But they wanted their own people in Chicago they can control. So remember, it's just weird how Dame, he was with Aaliyah after R. Kelly. But then Dame was the first one to bring Kanye West from Chicago. Don't forget, Kanye West, Dame was behind that. But it's like, being I know music and markets, they always wanted that Chicago market. Like they wanted to run Chicago with the music. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly was always he always was a threat to a lot of their sales too. I don't know what it is, man, but I'm looking at it now. It was something about R. Kelly they didn't like, but at the same time, they was just like him. We're gonna look at that. What's up, Judah? Top of the top. What's up, family? So yeah, we just looking at all of this because it all ties together from then to now. We see, remember they did all that dirt when they was super young. Now they older now, so it's catching up with them because they was doing dirt too long. Now let's think about it, y'all. If a lot of these guys would have chilled out like 10 years ago and just been regular and just not been doing all this shite, you know what I'm saying? They probably would have been able to be okay, but they went and stopped. Remember, R. Kelly was still caught with young girls to the day he went to jail. He went and stopped. You get it? He never said, you know what? I'm gonna just get a woman at a decent age, get married, and just do the house regular thing. He never did that. I said this before. If he would have just got into a regular household, R. Kelly probably would have still been out. If a lot of them would have just got into regular household, like just stopped all the playing and just became grown men, a lot of them probably would have got out of this if they would have did it like 10 years ago. That's my opinion. But the point is, R. Kelly's a scapegoat, and he is a representation of what's to come. All right. He's been trying to fight, but he fought the best he could. But now he has to do that. He has to do 20 guaranteed. He has to do 20. So R. Kelly will not be out till he almost 80. All right. So, and don't forget, it's not a coincidence. All of this is happening at one time. R. Kelly getting his news. JAZ in the news. Get it, Diddy in the news. Dang, it's all together. Russell Simmons in the news. I'm gonna show my PARODY out all together. This is all the whole vision we're getting of this game coming to an end. And we're watching all of the people that were at the top, that were successful. These people did put in 20 years. They did put in work, but it's just that they didn't do a lot of good work. So even if you're Jay-Z waking up today and you're seeing this R. Kelly news, you get it? You have to be scared. You have to, it's impossible for Jay-Z to be comfortable in his skin right now. It's impossible. It's impossible, right? He knows he was around these guys. He knows he's been barely making it through. And what's the key thing what kept Jay-Z out of this? See, while Jay-Z was able to make it all these years, because he was still successful, he was still making a lot of money for those people. He was needed. Remember, he was used for campaigns. He was with the politicians. Don't think his whole time with Obama didn't save his ass. He was in a lot of situations that saved him from a lot of this stuff, y'all. Now you got to understand, Jay-Z has no use to people no more. We're talking about the higher powers. And you always got to remember those higher powers, those damn vultures. Them vultures own the banks, y'all. The vultures own the banks where Jay-Z money sits. You have to always remember that. The people that conquered this world, they control the banks. So whenever they want your money, they will take it. And my point is, if you think they're going to let this man walk around with 2.5 billion when all his friends have been chastised, it's just that they was making money with Jay-Z. If he got 2.5, he might have helped them people make, you get it, 200 billion. That's why he been able to walk around. But as soon as you cannot make the money no more and you're not beneficial, I'm telling you, his campaign has started, man, because I'm just looking at how he's not even needed no more. And he got a lot of money, and I know they want that back. Y'all see what the country going through, right? Y'all see what this country going through? Y'all know the money they got to be kicked out. You know that money going to Ukraine. Let's just look at it like this, okay? We know what money going at, but let's say they like, yo, we giving this money away. We need to start getting some of this money back. You know that guy Jay-Z? Well, he can make up for some of this money we just gave to so-and-so and them. That 2.5, we need that. Shit, we might can get about 12 billion back just by shaking down entertainers. Get about 12 billion back. Some of that money we gave away. You get what I'm saying? Some of that money we gave to the migrants, we're going to get that from Diddy. That's what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that, the big picture. You got to remember, they took R.KELLY went down. Yeah, he was over 100 million. That boy broke. Nobody knows where his money's at. Nobody knows this. That's why I'm trying to peep. I'm showing y'all. When they was giving money to all these people, next thing you know, Wendy Williams' money gone. The people that run the world own Wells Fargo. They own Bank of America. They own Chemical Bank. That's their banks. You get what y'all people that know what I'm talking about, y'all know what's up. So it's mighty funny when all this money started getting kicked out. Next thing you know, these people money disappearing. What's good? What's up, Love Jones? Jay don't want another black at the top with him. He wants to be the only black at the yacht club. And that's going to be his demise, because when you're at the top, you don't have no protection. That's what he about to find out. There's nobody going to ride with Jay-Z neither. Honestly, it's probably less people going to remember. Diddy had more love than Jay-Z because Diddy was throwing them parties. Jay-Z ain't throwing them parties, and he ain't show love like Diddy. So that's the only reason why Diddy got a little bit of love. I mean, we got to be honest about it. Diddy got a little bit of love because he showed mad love to people. It was fake love, but he showed mad love. Jay-Z ain't showed no love, so he ain't going to even last like Diddy. I think everybody going to turn on Jay-Z. You feel me? It might be 100 rappers out the back that Jay-Z stole their raps come out of nowhere. I had about 50 niggas who beats got stolen. Yeah. And about 100 chicks that got touched. R.KELLY sentenced to 30 years in prison for sex crimes. But like I said, this represents what's going to happen. Meaning, R.KELLY is also still the envelope. Hold that envelope over their head. I don't care if you Russell Simmons. You Russell Simmons, you hiding out in Valley. You wake up today, look at your phone. Oh, shit, R.KELLY. R.KELLY got 30 years. Shit. R.KELLY. Next thing you know, Russell Simmons, he getting scared. You got to remember, this is to keep all of them in pocket, man. What else, y'all? Don't forget this, too. R.KELLY's still in the feds, but he's still Very important for information, meaning he don't even have to go on the record. Far as we know, R. Kelly could have already spoke to them people. Them people could be talking to R. Kelly right now. Get it? R. Kelly could tell some stuff today, and then 10 years from now, he get 5 years cut. Get it? When we talk about these cases, like we talk about all this heat on Jay-Z, stuff like that, this thing is a process because as they get as Jay-Z name coming up and all of this, let's say the people listening, all right, let's say the people listening, the people watching. It's one thing. They know they got to watch his money too. That's why in these things, it's not just locking people up. At this point, they could be tracking people money, finances, where he got money stashed, money hidden, money invested. They get all the information in detail. Shit, just to find out all of one of these people like them, a billionaire, it might take them just a year doing homework on tracking his finances. That's how it go. You don't just lock him up and don't know nothing about his finances. They might gotta learn all his ins and outs, his money first. All his hideouts, all the things he got going on. They put it all together with the package. They already know all the rap stuff. They already know all the rap talk. They got to get the other talk. That stuff take time. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to prove something what I'm saying. Let's go, y'all. Shout out to everybody up this morning. We getting through this week. What's up? What's up, Sandra? What's up, Soulfully Sowing Seeds? What's up, Kyle Walker? What's up, Carmen? What's good? Hold up. How much liquid cash on them? Exactly. So, it's a lot. Remember that. Think about it, y'all. Remember this. When you when you trying to lock up somebody regular, that don't take a lot of money. But when you trying to lock up somebody worth billions, that takes a lot of money in the investigation. And you got to cross all your T's and dot all your I's when you're dealing with a billionaire. So they're never going to just rush to do nothing. Because if they rush to do anything, they're going to mess everything up. The Supreme Court declined on Monday to hear an appeal from R. Kelly, who is currently serving a prison sentence for federal sex crime convictions. Robert Sylvester Kelly was already serving a 30-year sentence for sex trafficking, stemming from a 2021 New York case when he was convicted of child pornography in Chicago, for which he was sentenced to 20 years in 2023. So hold up. He tried to get an appeal on the Chicago situation, but the point is it didn't work. I have to correct myself. R. Kelly has 50 years. He has 50 years. He has 30 years for the New York thing for sex trafficking. He got 30 years for sex trafficking. But he got 20 years for the child pornography, for the R. Kelly tape. So he got 50 years altogether. So all I want to know is how did he get 50 years and Diddy might only get what, 15 or less? Anyway, now mind you, the key to this R. Kelly thing, while we're talking about Jay-Z, because Jaguar Wright talking about Jay-Z, but Nas connected some dots. Nas made some vicious allegations a while ago, and Nas made a statement. We're going to look at what Nas said. But first, let's go back to this best of both worlds. Let's go back in history, best of both worlds. This was a major event at this time, y'all. But looking back into this, like I said, it all looked like an act and a front of all of them with this plot and scheme to get rid of R. Kelly. We also got to remember everything R. Kelly was doing, they was doing back then. You also got to remember back then it was 20 times worse than what we think now. It was way worse then. There was no such thing as people going to jail for DNA. It was no such thing as believing chicks that told. That was not happening back then. And back then they would track you and do. Think about it, y'all. Let's think about this. People got tracked down more back then without GPS. So the point is this: it was real scary back then, and they all was doing a lot. We're looking at this to say, for some reason, they was all conspiring against R. Kelly from back then. let's go back to the best of both worlds situation. And I'm going to show y'all, right? Because don't forget, R. Kelly was good until he started dealing with Def Jam. Did y'all forget that? His career was straight. His career was perfect. He would have never had these problems, in my opinion, until R. Kelly dealt with Def Jam. They had something out for him. I don't know what it is. I don't know if because Def Jam always wanted that Chicago rap market. I don't know what it is. Then you'll see Dame Dash and them sign Twister. They always wanted something to do with Chicago, but they knew he was the king of Chicago, but they also knew he was the king of the women. But I'm going to prove they had something against this man, and I'm going to say this whole best of both worlds situation, Def Jam was conspiring to get rid of R. Kelly back then, but it didn't work. Because remember, he got in all that trouble. He was back in court after this. Y'all remember? Now let's go. Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons at the best of both world event. Where's Russell Simmons at now, y'all? Hiding out, right? What is all the allegations on Russell Simmons? Let's be honest, y'all. Did Russell Simmons not have more allegations of women abusing women than R. Kelly? Now, we're not making up no excuse for R. Kelly. He's a piece of doo-doo. But let's be honest. R. Kelly's name is not, I don't think his name is in a lot of violence. I don't think his name is in a lot of taking stuff. Say they all the same, but they might all be worse than R. Kelly. R. Kelly could just be, I'm not making no excuses, but he could really be, because even some people say he was off in the head. R. Kelly could have been a straight off, mentally ill, sick dude in the head that could sing his ass off that needed help. But a lot of these guys, they were just vicious dudes that had female problems that were just sexual predators and coochie takers. Because you got to remember back in New York, man, if you was a nobody, you couldn't get no real chicks. So that's why a lot of dudes was doing that stuff back in them days, man, 80s and 90s, man. They was weird dudes, man. So anyway, I'm going somewhere with this. They was around R. Kelly swarming, man. And I'm just looking at all this. They been was trying to get R. Kelly. Diddy had nothing to do with that album, Best of Both Worlds. All right, Russell, you was behind Def Jam, but it was on Rockefeller Records. That was with Dame Dash and JAZ, and that was a deal R. Kelly done worked out. But you'll see all of them was at this event. Look at them now, y'all. This is deep. Because like I told y'all, these characters, they put in our face our whole life, and they still around. Meanwhile, these are the ones that kept us stupid. And they was all on the same shit. So everything Diddy accused he was doing back then, all that shit, Russell was doing it back then. They all was doing it. So the point is, why was they all around R. Kelly, Best of Both Worlds like that? Because we know about the game back then. They were competing. But some reason, it looked like, I'm talking about far as Diddy. Diddy had a whole bad boy situation, his label at this time. Y'all know he had his own thing going on. And back then, it's like if Bad Boy had an event and Def Jam had an event, they wouldn't really be at each other's event like that on that type of time. You get what I'm saying? But it's like they was all there to like play a role. Because when it was all said and done, R. Kelly was the only one that ended up with all this trouble, all this drama. If you remember, they wanted him to go down back then. And yes, it is a fact, y'all. That R. Kelly tape now will be considered, if you had that R. Kelly tape in your house and you got caught with it, that would be considered child porn now. You will go to jail for that tape. But on purpose back then, they circulated that tape. That tape promoted, you know what? It was sold bootleg at every ghetto near you. But it really was child, you know what? I'm talking about, say right now to this day, you had that R. Kelly tape, the VHS tape in your crib, and you mess around and forgot you had it in your house, and God forbid, say the police came in your house for some loud noise, domestic violence, and you had the R. Kelly tape, and they found that shit. Your ass to get charged for that. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. That's what it was. What R. Kelly did to that young girl. But what we're talking about now is what we're going to go into what NAS said about that R. Kelly tape. We're going to go into that too. Because this is all part of history. Like I said, we got to remember, Jay-Z plays this black excellent role. He plays this corporate guy. He tried to sell blacks that he's the king of the blacks and he's the leader and he's the smartest one. But you got to remember back then he was a little more loose and he didn't really start playing those roles until he started he didn't want to. He started trying to capitalize off politics and business when he realized his rap career was over. But one thing I got to remember too, y'all, this is what you got to remember. He's not stupid. This man's smart. He is smart. I can put it together now. He's smart, y'all. What Jay-Z really did, this is what he did. Let's check the timeline, y'all. When R. Kelly got in all that trouble and Aaliyah died, Jay-Z knew he was tired of that the whole time. He knew he used to mess with Aaliyah. He knew he was tired of R. Kelly. He knew about all of that shit. So you're going to see right after that, he ran and got with Beyonce. So my point is, Jay-Z really changed his ways when he got with Beyonce. That was his way to get away from all the dirt he was doing. So this is what I told y'all when I say he's smart. He is smart because right after all that dirt took place, he got out of that. He got with Beyonce and started trying to be a married man image. You got it? You get it? He got away from them dudes, but it was right after that R. Kelly stuff. And it also was right after Nas said something. I'm connecting the dots. Nas said something in 2002. 2003, Jay-Z ran to be with Beyonce. I'm connecting the dots, man. We connecting the dots. We're going to prove it. So I'm going to say, right, this how Jay-Z's smart. He knew he was already in all of this shit with R. Kelly. He already knew he was doing shit with R. Kelly. He already knew about the Def Jam situation with Foxy Brown. He already knew about all that. And he already knew about the Aaliyah situation. He was already in all that. Remember, his Aaliyah shit goes back to 2001, 2000. Remember? All that. The most important time frame is 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. And all that before 99, when Jay-Z was in his prime. That's when he's alleged, he's accused of doing all that dirt. Really, from, you might as well, let's just say from 96 to like 2003. See, when he got Beyonce, that was when he started cleaning himself up. So I say he was really smarter than them. He was watching Diddy get in trouble with J-Lo. He was watching little shit go down with R. Kelly. He knew what time it was. So that nigga was like, hold up. I need to just settle down. I need to create a new image for myself. That's when he got with Beyonce, 2003. He got away from them guys. And then you'll see, ever since 2003, his whole plan was to get away from Dame and them, get away from these guys. He knew back then he had already did dirt. We was hearing about Blue Cantrell. Pac already said his name. Pac knew he was a grimy nigga. We just didn't know everything. But he knew. He knew whatever he had to do was get away from certain people. He did it. We're going to go into it. And we're also going to go into why he really hates Nas. Nas is the one that got the real dirt on him. Don't forget that. He knows that. If you think Foxy Brown wasn't pillow talking when she was with Nas and them, you're mistaken. Salute to the chat, everybody up in here. What's up? What's up, Black Diamond? So let's go, y'all. Because, like I said, they go back. But the facts of the matter is, I was just talking about this. Nas was in the game before all of them, before both of them. Nas been in the game. You know what I'm saying? Nas got in the game off his bars. Very young, signed to Columbia Records, under search. My point is this. Y'all know the history, but people forget Nas was in the game before both of them. Nas signed his deal with Sony Records, right? Nas was signed to the same people that was paying Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Nas already had his deal. He was supposed to be the young prodigy of the rap game, you know, that young superstar that can write and rap his ass. So my point is he was already a somebody and already established before they came in the game. You just got to remember, what went against Nas is that Nas was always humble and quiet. He was never a loud broadcaster, flashy, flossy in front of camera. But Nas always had a particular power. Don't forget that. Nas, his main man, Steve Stout, was a very powerful man, very powerful manager executive at the time. At one point, Steve Stout was over Jay-Z and Diddy. So Nas had power. Nas know their secrets. Nas know their whole history. You just got to remember that. Nas don't talk a lot. He don't act tough. He don't play them. He was never trying to sell you that tough guy role. I'm that. You get what I'm saying? But you got to always remember, when it comes to this, what I was talking about with Ray J, when you got to break down this game, because remember, nowadays, they did all that with the internet. They started lying to the new people with this shit that the more money you got, the more powerful you got. The more money you got, the more likes and views you got. That means you're the most important. You got the most power. And you know what I'm saying? You're on top of everybody, but that's not the truth. The truth is Nas is on the same level as Diddy, JAZ, and 50. It's just that Nas don't play no roles. He don't do what they do. That's the only thing. It's the only thing, for real, to be honest with you. So he knows everybody. He knows all the 7 executives. He know everything. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to having dirt on these dudes, he's the one that got the dirt. So remember, they tried to shut y'all. Remember when I told y'all it was a time in the game when they were trying to blackball and shut everybody down? A lot of y'all forgot this shit. Remember when Nas was going on his rants and he was telling us that they was paying off Hot 97 and he was paying the New York radio off and they had control. Everybody know Diddy had control on Hot 97, JAZ had control, and if you went against them, you got blackballed. Remember when Nas was campaigning going against them, he was letting it be known. Flex, all of them on the payroll. But at this time, Nas was screaming out, nobody was listening. At this same time, he said that JAZ was a Chester, but nobody believed him. Nas took it to Wendy. Nobody believed him because everybody was on JAZ nuts. You got to remember that. Nas told us back then these niggas are manipulating the game, blackballing. He just didn't say they were doing stuff to Minor. He didn't say all that. You get what I'm saying? But he was throwing it out there the best he could. He was screaming. Nobody was listening. So we're going to go into it. This is connecting the dots. R.Kelly resurfaced video proves he did know Aaliyah's real age. Nas told Wendy Williams that he believed Jay-Z was aware of Kelly's wrongdoings, saying, I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about and made fun of it and showed pictures of Jay-Z hanging out. Bingo. Bingo. Because it's an industry thing. They got the real dirt. You also got to remember before the video went out, it got leaked to certain people first, right? Nas' manager, Steve Stout, was dealing with Jay-Z and all of them at that time. All right, so I'm pretty sure they had their tape early before we got it, and I'm pretty sure we probably got an edited version. The point is this would Nas say out his mouth. I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about and made fun of it and showed pictures of Jay-Z hanging out. But this is what I told y'all. Jay-Z don't forget shit. He's always going to hold a grudge. This is why he always made sure he kept Nas close in his pocket. He always knew Nas had dirt on him. Then you got to remember, he knew Nas had that dirt on him. That was, see, all that ether shit was all wrapped up in together, man. It was a lot of shit going on. See, you also got to remember when that whole thing was going on with R. Kelly and all that smoke with Aaliyah, y'all forget, Nas had already did a song with Aaliyah. You Won't See Me Tonight. She's on the What I Am album. Nas was dealing with Aaliyah too on music. They was all in the same circle. Don't forget, Aaliyah doing movies with DMX. Everybody know what's going on. DMX and Nas and Belly. So you got to remember, niggas drawing the line. Nas, DMX, like, yo, them niggas on some funny stuff. We don't rock with them like that. They on some funny shit. Nas and DMX doing their thing. You feel me? Playing with these guys, but staying away from them. You got to remember, I remember the game like yesterday. It was politics going on. You had these guys, Jay-Z and Diddy. They was on the shiny suit. Nas was still rapping for the street. DMX rapping for the street. But now at this point, the game was all about the millions. This when all of them was racing to those millions. This is when they first started going platinum. Biggie Dad, Pac Dad. They all wanted to be the next Big and Pop, fighting over the crown of New York, want to be the king. This where that money, politics was involved. Meanwhile, they was playing their different roles. So you got to remember, Nas know the shit. Then you're going to look, being that Nas had the keys, Jay-Z tried to destroy him. It didn't work. Remember, he tried to destroy Nas. He came with what? Takeover. Whatever. Not only that, let's prove he tried to destroy Nas. Then what he do? Sent the whole state property at him. He was trying to destroy Nas. Had Jim Jones and them going at him. Koofy Smacker. They tried to destroy Nas. It didn't work. Why were they trying to destroy Nas? Why? Because he had dirt on all of them. Then on Still Matter, what he do? He dissed Nori. He been told you they was clowns. He dissed Nori. He been said Nori was a clown. Nas banged on all of them back then. Nobody wanted to believe Nas. So who's late? Years later. Now you see why Nas sit back, don't got to say nothing? You see why Nas don't do no whack-ass interviews? He don't go on no whack-ass platforms. He like, man, I told you niggas already. Bingo. Told y'all, man, you need to renew y'all hip-hop history. Go back to Stillmatic and watch how he was breaking down Prodigy, Nori, on how Nori was a bozo back then. He knew it back then. So my point is, if you see, they all was trying to get Nas out of here. Plus, don't forget the number one thing about Nas, he rapped better than all them niggas. They knew that. And he was a ladies' man. They knew that. That's why they didn't like Nas, man. So the point is, Jay-Z always knew Nas was a threat. And don't forget, it was always said he was on Nas nuts. I'm out for president to represent me, right? His first hit song, Jay-Z first song in history, is always going to be with Nas on the hook, because Nas was the hottest at that time. So Jay-Z sampled Nas and put him in a song with Nas. That's what he did. That's what blew them up. I know their whole recipe. They was always on Nas nuts because Nas was the Don. We got to keep it real. So what Nas say? I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about and made fun of it and showed pictures of Jay-Z hanging out. He was telling us, man, Jay-Z, he was around R. Kelly the whole time. They got a lot of stuff going on together. He basically said that when some of that stuff was going down, Jay-Z was in the room. Stuff like that. Then you got to understand, for some reason, you got to remember this, man. For some reason, after R. Kelly, everybody knew R. Kelly had a genre, right? But for some reason, they all wanted her so bad after him. And you know, they was pillow talking. They probably was asking Aaliyah about R. Kelly. They probably was, you know what I'm saying, getting a little information on him. Next thing you know, they got a whole conspiracy to get rid of that dude. That's what happened, y'all. Because they had dirt on them. Remember, R. Kelly was the man before them. R. Kelly had money before them. That's why I told y'all they had to get people out the way to get to where they was at. They had to do people dirty to become billionaires. They got people out the way. Had to get Nas up out of here. You feel me? Trying to get 50 up out of here. R. Kelly up. They was trying to get people up out of here. Even to this day, was trying to get Drake up out of here, man. I know the vibes. I know they come in. I know who they all run with. You feel me? R. Kelly was just a scapegoat. They all was dirty, but they was dirtier than him. Nas suggests Jay-Z was indulging in young girls. All right? Now I'm going to show y'all something else. Y'all forgot what Nas did and said. Y'all forgot. All this was going down. Y'all forgot. Old video footage of Nas planning to hang a fake Jay-Z surfaces online. Did y'all forget when Nas was going to hang Jay-Z at that concert and they stopped him? Did y'all forget that? Nas been wanted war with them. He been was done with them. Nas didn't know no better. So you got to remember, Pac peep game. Pac knew the game. Pac was riding on them. Niggas thought Pac was tripping. Nah, Pac was saying Diddy is a grimy nigga. They monopolizing the game. Diddy is in with them executives, doing a lot of dirty shit to black people. That's really what was going down. Then by the time Nas peeped it, then Nas tried to go against them. Then it was too late. They all went against Nas. That's what happened. Then Prodigy started figuring shit out. Hold up, Jay-Z, them niggas is on some BS. Hold up, Pac wasn't tripping. The Prodigy started riding on them because they knew back then. Then you're going to see they got all them out the way, one by one, got them out the way. Some kind of, anybody that was a threat to their career, anybody that was a threat to their career, they got their ass out the way. I kept telling y'all this. It was a process. Not only rappers, let's also look at R&B singers. Hey, R&B chicks. If Diddy was going to drop Faith, any other R&B chick that was out at that time, she had to wind up getting up out of here some kind of way. They didn't want nobody out when they was dropping the artists. They didn't want no competition, none of that. This is to show the proof of them conspiring back then. This when both of them was at the top. This is how they always conspired. So we got to look at these things. It's just, and this is also just showing us of how much of a punk Jay-Z is, all right? Just simple and plain. Like, the whole world know that's your man, bro. Like, everybody know that's your man. That was man super tight for years. Now you're walking around acting like you have nothing to do with this man. You see what I'm saying, y'all? I just look at things different. You know what I'm saying? I look at things different. If I knew that was my man, we was together for years. And the whole world know that. I'm just real. I would have been said something to y'all like, yo, it's messed up, whatever it is. I'd have still like, yo, that's my man and all that, but that stuff he did, I don't condone none of that. I don't even know about that stuff. At the end of the day, man, he got to deal with that on his own. But at the end of the day, I ain't just gonna be, you know what I'm saying, y'all? That's just super fake. He's super fake. Cause it's like this. When y'all was monopolizing the black community, it was all good. When y'all was looking good, winning, shining at all these, it was just good, right? But now he's literally acting like he don't know nobody. He didn't know nothing. He's acting like this shit never happened. That's what's making this shit real crazy. That's also what's making him look more stupid. It just is. And more guilty. Nas suggests Jay-Z was indulging in young girls. Nas had a plan to hang fake Jay-Z. And remember, when they didn't let him do that, that's when he started snapping. Because that's when he knew what time it was. So even to this day, when Nas would drop, Jay-Z would always drop on purpose. Jay-Z don't like Nas. He never forgave him. That's why I keep telling y'all. He's one of them dudes that's not going to forgive you, right? He like that dude. He still remember that girl in the second grade that said no to him. He one of them type of dudes. You feel me? You're also going to see Khaled don't want nothing to do with none of this stuff. He don't want nothing to do with none of it. Khaled only wanted to do it with black people when it comes time to make records. When it's not time to make records, Khaled make black people carry him because he don't want to walk on his Jordans. We all saw that. And Nas, I'm going to be honest, Nas put himself. I also think when Nas got in IRS problems, I think Jay-Z was behind that. Because I remember when Nas and Fat Joe, all of them started getting IRS problems. That's the same exact time when Jay-Z was dealing with Obama and Warren Buffett and them dudes. Next thing you know, Nas was getting tax problems. And it did mess their money up to a degree. So they always wanted to make sure Nas couldn't catch up with them financially. But let's go. Nas suggests Jay-Z indulge in young girls with R.Kelly and resurface video. Now, all this was going on again when R.Kelly first got arrested, and when R.Kelly when they was making that documentary, Surviving R.Kelly, all this stuff came back out again, but it kept dying out. But it's coming back again. It's not dying, y'all. What's up, Raw? What's up, Raw? What's up, Raw Renaissance? What's up? Shout out to the people that I don't really get to see like that. What up, Dog Migo? All right, so let's go. Now, boom, right? Nas put it out there. He didn't bite his tongue, y'all. Jay-Z indulged in young girls with R.Kelly. I mean, you ain't getting no more plainer than that. All right? So we got to remember. Now let's look at it. It's not just Diddy, right? We know all the stuff Diddy is about. We know for a fact Jay-Z and Diddy was tight. We know all the stuff R.Kelly is about. We know for a fact Jay-Z and R.Kelly was tight. We know all the stuff Russell Simmons accused of. We know for a fact that Russell Simmons and Jay-Z tight. Then you're going to see all these key players all wrapped up in that best of both worlds situation. All of them there. All of them wrapped up in it. And you can clearly see it's like they always conspired against R. Kelly. Like they just wanted R. Kelly to hurry up and just go down and just take the rap for all of them. Because I know for a fact, at this particular time, R. Kelly knew dirt on all of them. He had dirt on all of them. He was the man. He was more powerful than them. He had more money than them at this time. At this particular time. This is when Jay-Z needed R. Kelly. R. Kelly didn't need Jay-Z. Remember that. This is when these are the different tactics Jay-Z pulled to keep his superstar status going. That's why I kept telling a lot of you clowns about Jay-Z's career. When you really, really study his career, his main hits, what made him big, he would not be where he at. Every freaking album, he had major producers, Pharrell. He had major artists from east to west. He would have Too Short from the West Coast, Snoop Dogg. He'll have Chicago market with R. Kelly. He knew how to make albums. They knew how to make albums back then. I knew about my albums, demographics. They knew that, right? You get Pimp C and them from Texas, that's 1 million fans. You get R. Kelly from Chicago, that's 1 million fans. When you're dealing with you get Snoop Dogg, Too Short, you got the Bay, you got Southern Cali, you got another 1 million fans. See, these are the games they knew back then. All right? His albums consisted of superstars put together to make him look good. Right? That's it. All his albums were gimmicks, just like Diddy. They couldn't do shit by themselves. They needed many celebrities around them, many help. Top-notch, you got to remember, top-notch producer, Swiss Beats was making platinum hits. Swiss Beats charging $300,000 a track. Jay-Z had Swiss Beats in pocket, his friend, getting all the best beats. All that meant something. They were cheating. The top producers in pocket. I got Jay-Z had Timberland, top producer, nigga. Neptune's top producer. Swiss Beats, top producer. Average rappers couldn't afford one beat for them. Top everything, man. It was monopolizing the game. What part I don't understand? Getting a big budget. Jay-Z do his album. He got $3 million to record his album. Person like me, they give me $50,000. You get it? $100,000. No, they was cheating. That's why they got where they at. It was never off no raw talent. Once they learned the game and they got with them executives, they knew how to do it. That's what happened. You get the top video producer, Hype Williams. He made movies. Made all their videos look like movies. What you thought? Me, my video cost $30,000. No, that's why they was winning. They had different things they was doing. Kept telling y'all, they never tricked me and my people. We knew the game. We was in the game. We was around the game. We from the hood. We seen all of this. They was monopolizing the game, man, to get where they was at. It was never about no talent. How we know that? JAZ never could get a rap deal when it counted, and Diddy was a damn dancer. But one thing they had over everybody, they was in bed with them executives. They knew how to suck off Russell. They knew how to suck off Clive Davis. That was the edge they had on anybody that can rap. You had nothing on them because they was with them executives. That's what happened. So now we're going to get back into what Nas said. Because we ain't done yet. We ain't done. We just starting. Boom. Now look at this. When it was beneficial, R.KELLY was his man. But this what a lot of y'all still didn't realize. What we didn't realize. Check it out. R.KELLY, most collaborations are still streaming, including 2 JAZ-Z albums. Did you remember what I said about Jaguar Wright? If something happened to Jaguar Wright, you don't think JAZ-Z gonna get paid off that? Well, when R.KELLY going through all this smoke, you don't think JAZ-Z been happy to make money off all that? When they told us to our face, all the R.KELLY streams went through the roof. Who you think was getting paid off that too? Told you, man. That man has no integrity. Don't you think if he had integrity, he would have been took those songs off? No, because he knows in history, forever, people going to buy that R.KELLY music and they always going to buy Best of Both Worlds. Now, they might not be buying it now, but 10, 20 years from now, yeah. So I'm showing you. This album, right? You get it? He ain't stopping that. So you got to remember, Nas said he could have proved JAZ-Z was in the room with R.KELLY. We know they was tight. So why is this man walking up trying to act like he's so innocent? But like I said, after all this stuff started going down, he ran to be with Beyonce. And he started playing that couple role. And he started promoting. Because we forget too, this is how I say how stupid we are. We forget. He was with Beyonce for years before they even had a damn child. They was together like 10 years. Remember? They was together for mad long before they even had a child. Y'all forgot? No. That was a gimmick. But look, let's look at the title of the song now, y'all. Take You Home With Me. Take You Home With Me, aka Body. You see what I'm saying? Take You Home With Me. And we know R.KELLY about. That was, see, it was in our face. So like I said, the only thing about Nas knew the truth, but Nas just kept dealing with him after that years later. That was about money. Now this is the point right here. In a resurfaced interview from 2002, Nas spoke to Wendy Williams shortly after the release of R.KELLY's infamous sex tape featuring an underage girl. In light of the viral Surviving R.KELLY docuseries, a video of Wendy Williams interviewing Nas in 2002 has resurfaced. The interview took place shortly after the infamous sex tape of R.KELLY, with an underage girl leaked to the public. Nas discussed in controversial single with Wendy Williams. Let's just go, because we know Wendy is robbed, and we're also looking at, y'all, it cannot be a coincidence that all of these people that were at the top in control are gone. Wendy Williams was the top black media person. She was the top black media person because she was getting the most money. She was the most respected at what she does. She was the one doing it the longest. She's the one that started spilling the tea. She's the one that was telling us trending topics before it was a such thing. She's the one that was exposing them in the 90s. She is the first one that told us that Diddy was zesty and him and Mace was zesty. She was the first one. Diddy got her kicked off the radio and blackballed. She was the first one. So I kind of know, I'm looking at it now, I kind of can't blame Wendy for what happened to her, meaning she was trying to wake people up back then, but they ain't listen. So I kind of see why she was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to just talk about everybody, get my money, because I told them these guys are monsters. They ain't listen. As you see, this is who Nas told. So you also got to remember, she's another one. Wendy is another one that always had threats to their career because she knows the truth. Wendy Williams is another one that was in position before a lot of them. And she was around from day one. She always had dirt on Diddy and Jay-Z. These are facts. The two people that always had dirt on Jay-Z, no cap, no fabrications, knew that man whole shit was Wendy Williams and Nas. That's period. And Wendy Williams also had the keys to Diddy. That's why they couldn't stand her ass, right? Now, this is what Nas said his own mouth to Wendy Williams. You can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come into the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. You going to tell me he didn't see no 14-year-old girl come into that vicinity? You seen it go down. That's what Nas saying to Wendy Williams. Wendy, you seen it go down. They saying this ain't nothing new. We seen it. I've been around R. Kelly. I've been on tours with him. This is what Nas said. I didn't see no 14-year-old, but I talked to the man and see there's a little problem there. So everybody knew R. Kelly was off. He added that Kelly needs help, saying, I pray for him. I'm here for the people. I'm here to talk the truth. Nas told us already. He already told us. And he said R. Kelly need help. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I really think R. Kelly needed help too. I really think this man had mental issues. That's what I think. I think in his mind, he still saw himself as a young boy, a high school kid. That boy that never grew up, that had mental issues, was abused. He saw himself also, Peter Pan, trying to relive his childhood. He had mental issues. He was taken advantage of. R. Kelly could not read. These are facts. Man couldn't read. He had mental issues. Look at R. Kelly as that, that man in your neighborhood. Everybody know he off a little bit. Everybody know he's slow. He off. He get a check, but he can sing his ass off. Just look at it like that. That's all he was. They took advantage of him. But I'm not giving no pass for what he did. But my point is, everybody know he had mental issues. So now I said it. That man need help. And he also said what? You can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come into the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. You going to tell me he didn't see a 14-year-old come into the vicinity? You seen it go down. I've been around R. Kelly. I've been on tours with him. I didn't see no 14-year-old, but I talked to the man and see there's a little problem here. He added that R. Kelly needs help, saying I pray for him. And Nas said one thing, I'm here for the people. I'm here to talk the truth. So my point is, that was 2002. After that, Jay-Z ran to get with Beyonce. Here's the proof. Nas was already putting them allegations on him. Nas was already campaigning against these dudes. But what went over our head, Nas was campaigning mostly about Jay-Z being a Chester and being around Chesters and doing what the Chesters do. That's really what Nas was telling us. Jay-Z knew this. He knew this was coming down the pipeline. He knew that. He knew it. That's why he ran and started hanging around Johnny Cochran. That's why they kept Johnny Cochran close back then. Johnny Cochran, rest in peace. It's not a coincidence. All of the black greats are dead before their time. It's not a coincidence. Every so-called black hero with a name is gone. Almost all of them. It's only a few. It's about two handfuls left. Jay-Z is yet to comment on the allegations. Kelly continued to deny all claims against him. R. Kelly's in jail now, which include mental, physical, and emotional abuse, sexual misconduct, predatory behavior, and pedo behavior. So my point is this. Nas already told us. This stuff is not going away. The facts is the facts, y'all. Nothing about nothing. How long do we think he's nothing going? I mean, it's clear as day something's eventually going to happen to him. The campaign going on right now. The internet never dies. Everybody knows these things. All these allegations. It's impossible for you to be around R. Kelly, Russell Simmons, Diddy, young artist signed. Come on, y'all. It's not hard to figure out. It's just a matter of time now, y'all. So all you got to understand is this. He ran to Beyonce right after Nas said all this. And Nas and Jay-Z knows. When Nas and Wendy Williams was sitting down, he knows this shit could stick, and he knew back then he knew what time it was. Trust me on that. Because you got to remember back then they were scared of Wendy Williams. They were scared of her. And Wendy Williams, trust me, you got to remember, she put you on blast on them airwaves, and millions of people going to hear it. They knew back then, and people heard it. But you got to remember, when Jay-Z was in his prime, that's when he was officially God of the black people. He couldn't do no wrong. But I think the whole time they was setting R.Kelly up for those record sales. So as you see to this day, it's all playing out. Dame Dash is exposed. Jay-Z getting exposed. But the question is, what was their infatuation with R.Kelly in Chicago? Because you're going to see, they always had infatuation with R.Kelly in Chicago. Chicago is also what helped build Rockefeller Records, because they was getting a lot of money out there. Because remember, part of Rockefeller Records, their whole gimmick was where everybody was getting money at. Chicago, Detroit, you know what I'm saying? LA, New York. Those are the markets they wanted, where the drug dealers was at. They was pushing that drug dealer campaign. But you're going to see, they was infatuated with Aaliyah, y'all. I don't know what it is. I don't know if R. Kelly said some of the stuff she used to do, but they was infatuated with her. And this is just to prove that Jay-Z is just like them, y'all. It's just that he's more smarter. Like I said, maybe he knew one day this was going to catch up with him. And he knew that Nas and Wendy Williams and a lot of others had dirt on him. So he made sure he got with Beyonce and cleaned his image up, man. He actually ran from rap. When you look at it, that's why I told you, when he changed clothes, that was him running from rap and getting all that dirt off of him. In an unearthed interview from 2002, Nas tells Wendy Williams that Jay-Z had to have known about R. Kelly and 14-year-old girls when they worked on Best of Both Worlds. And I also told y'all, when Wendy Williams did this with Diddy, that was to start her ending. All the stuff she said about Diddy all them years, she was supposed to never make up with Diddy. Diddy never liked her. Diddy hated her. Diddy put a curse on Wendy, man. He went in a funeral outfit, too. They were both dressed like they was going to a funeral. Now, both of them messed up. Gotta remember, Wendy was at the top. Let's be honest, nobody took her spot yet. This also, when I was telling y'all, they were going to make sure that nobody from New York made it to the top again. Nobody from that tri-state area was ever going to make it to the top again. And now I got the proof. That's what happened. So the point is, and the question is, why was they so infatuated with Aaliyah and R. Kelly? Because I'm going to say it. Def Jam was also behind trying to get R. Kelly that first time. They was trying to get rid of R. Kelly. All of them at the Best of Both Worlds situation. Diddy and Russell Simmons there. It was a major event. This is what I was talking about. You got to remember, back then, you know damn well they had a party that night, because that's what they did. And when the album was released, it was a party. You see that? But see, then we seen them all try to separate themselves from R. Kelly. Let's go. Hold up, y'all. Let me holler at the chat. Who up in here? What's up, D Hobbs? What up, D Hobbs? What's up, Miss Jackie? Shout out to anybody that sent something. What's up, Faith? What's up? All right, let's get back at it, y'all. Hold up. Looking for comments. Did he put a curse on Wendy and had Ray J drop something in her drink? You see what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, man, Diddy was still alive and good when that happened to Wendy. And the only two people that had all the keys to their cities was Nas and Wendy Williams. They the only ones. They the main ones. Flex know a lot too. He know a lot too. So now, right, we're gonna get back to this. We're gonna move on from this. This breaking news right here. The only reason I'm talking about this, I was talking about it the other day. Also, when I was proving that the game was over, part of when I was proving that, you know, Beyonce is not at the top no more and none of that. And I told y'all they put their queen back at the top, Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? The people that run music, the people that started all of this, they put their white queen back at the top of pop and music, period. Music is on a global scale. So the top global entertainer in the world is Taylor Swift. That's why they put at the top. This is my proof. You're only going to get a big record deal now as if you're on a global scale. And it's not too many so-called, it's not no more, it's no black entertainment at the top of global music, period. Rihanna surpassed by Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift just passed Rihanna as the world's richest musician. You know they had to fix that. Rihanna had the crown for too long. But now Taylor Swift got it. And the only reason why I'm talking about this is the truth. When I told y'all no black celebrity will ever get rich off just making music. It's set up for them to always be broke after they finish. And I proved to y'all the only reason why Kanye became a billionaire is because of Yeezys, his clothing line. The only reason why JAZ-Z became a billionaire is because of alcohol and all those other deals. The only reason why Diddy became a billionaire is because of 18 deals and alcohol. Diddy had all those platinum records, all those Biggie hits, all that music. He still would never have been a billionaire, never. Because you can't be a billionaire for music. Rihanna's only a billionaire for Fenty. I said all that to say Taylor Swift is a billionaire of all music, period. Her tour she went on last year generated $2 billion, period. So when Taylor Swift performs, billions are generated around the world. And everybody eats. That is the new music now. That is the only music now, period. Global levels. And I showed y'all that with that deal Blackpink's Rose got with Atlantic Records, and that was my proof on why they got rid of Cardi B. All right? I ain't gonna say they got rid of her, but she's not on the agenda. She's nowhere near Taylor Swift level. Nowhere near. If you don't go on tour and generate billions, they don't want nothing to do with you. Get it? They want nothing to do with you. So now I'm just showing you. They reset the music industry. Taylor Swift will be at the top. Their so-called white pop stars will be at the top. And under that will be all of the other genres of global music. People like Bad Bunny, get it? Blackpink. People from K-pop, Afro beats. They will be the next slot. Then black entertainment will be under that. That's how they got the game set up now, y'all, as far as priorities. I just wanted to show y'all that. Taylor Swift is now at the top as a billionaire. Now let's move on. Because we was already talking about Whitney Houston this week. Just finished talking about her. Next thing you know what, y'all? Her mom is dead. All of this still ties in together. I was just talking about yesterday, Ray J and Whitney Houston. Was it not just yesterday, y'all? Next thing you know, Whitney Houston's mother dies. But this still puts Whitney in the headlines. You get what I'm saying? So Whitney's still alive. Ray J still moving around. Whitney's still in the conversation. These things are all coming together, but it's still all tied into black entertainment. Why? Because I told you that Sissy Houston is the one that sold her damn daughter. She's the one that did it. All right? She sold her daughter to you know who. And I'm not going to say nothing. All right? That's what happened. Black people been into this behavior a long time ago. Mama been knew the game. And I told you, Clyde had a lot of them. And when Clyde wrote that book, he told it all. When he told he was outright bisexual, that's when I connected the dots way back then about him and Diddy. That's when I understood that what was going down in that game. What a lot of us didn't understand, allegedly, she was sold to that man. And I'm going to just say it like this. I think at one point, allegedly, Whitney Houston was that man's girlfriend. That's all I'm going to say. All right? That's all I'm going to say. You get what I'm saying? Now you see what I was telling y'all? Think about it. This is the Beyonce program. This is all of their program. You sell them off to that executive, get that deal, mama get rich. Mama gets rich. Get it? Bingo. This is where it all started. This is the actual vision of so-called selling your soul to the devil. Nah, it's called a contract. Then you're going to see Whitney Houston, she went way before her time, didn't she? Anyway, my point is this. Her mama sold her ass, allegedly. All right? Once she signed that deal, she was his property. So like I said the other day, when she gave that note to Brandy, I done broke all that stuff down. 2 days later, something happened. I'm going to leave it at that. Check the specials. I already did them already. All right. And where did Whitney Houston, where did she check out at? Who party was she at when she checked out? Who party was she at? And who kept the party going? I don't got to say nothing. That stuff already been spoken about. What up, D Hobbs? It's old news. So it all ties into Cissy Houston dying. All right, Cissy Houston dying, it all goes together. Black Hollywood is coming to an end. All of the key players. It would not have been no Whitney Houston if it was not for Cissy Houston. All of this is connected. It would not have been no Whitney Houston or Cissy Houston if it was not for Mr. Davis. Something like that. Something like that. See that? They've been selling her ass off and controlling her. This is when they put Whitney with Eddie Murphy. He was the biggest on the planet. She was the biggest on the planet. I told y'all this is when so-called blacks was at the top. This was the start of all that black celebrity. This was Black Hollywood. This when the black experience really started. This everything else we seen was a front. All right. This is when they've been putting fake couples together. Everybody knew about Eddie Murphy back then. This is when they've been putting fake couples together, tricking our parents with Jet magazines, Ebony magazines. They was always putting fake ass things together. This is no different from JAZ-Z and Beyonce. No different. Only thing is they didn't keep the fake thing going. It's only different. It's nothing different, y'all. You got to put your mind into how things were, and they never change because they're all industry games. This is no different from when Beyonce mom sold Beyonce. Same thing to the label, and then Jay-Z got her, and same shit. All right. This is what I proved a while ago when I told y'all. That whole Black Hollywood, Black excellence, all this Black community stuff. Told y'all it's a white man control the whole show. If Diddy controlled everybody else and he controlled Diddy, that means Clive Davis controlled the black people. I already told you that. All right, they've been doing this since Motown days. You control the entertainers that they worship, and then that's how we control them. That's how it always been. Call it chain of command. So Clive Davis got more influence of the black community more than people know about. People forget it's the executive that say what songs go out and what songs don't. They the ones that set it. They the ones that set the tone. The point is, all of our so-called superstars and so-called people that did everything great, when it all go down, they're not going to own nothing. And somebody's going to get rich off all of that. Actually, all the work they did is going to be tied into somebody else's estate. And they're going to get rich off that estate for the next 100 years, 200 years. All right, period. Bobby Brown was the one sent to spy on Whitney Houston, too. He was Ray J before Ray J. Whitney Houston always wanted to break away from these clowns, man. She always wanted to break away from them. But they wouldn't let her. All right, let's move on to real time. What's up, Theo? How many of y'all saw that it's a mega storm coming, y'all? We got to talk about this. They saying this one, the woman said on TV this morning, everybody in that area better leave. Ain't no staying. They all better leave. It's going to be catastrophic. It's how it always goes. It always going to come right after you pay your bills. All this extra shit. Now they got to run. They saying anybody stay, it's not going to be good for them. 175 miles per hour wind, y'all. Then we're going to look at Hurricane Helene. We already know it was downplayed. We already know right now Hurricane Helene ain't no power on still to this day. And we also know it was more major than what they said. But this right here, y'all, they are saying that this right here is going to slaughter. And they said everybody better leave. No ifs and buts about it. Hurricane Milton grows explosively, stronger with 175 miles per hour wind. Come on now, y'all. You already know anybody that touch you going in the air. You already know what that's going to do. That's right. It's always like that. You see there's only hit Republicans. It's always like that. It's always like that. I also said if you pay attention, anybody that know America for real, you'll see a lot of spots where they had wars at, a like when they was conquering this country, anywhere they had wars with certain Native Americans is hitting. I'm gonna be honest, with this storm hitting, that's where they had war with the Seminoles at. Same exact spot. That's what Fort Myers is about. Fort Myers is the fort they put down there when they was fighting Indians and stuff like that. You get it? Yup. Salute. Feeling free. Just like they didn't let Michael Jackson die a billionaire, and his catalog is not all his. That's right. That's the whole plan. See, you really get rich when the person dead and you get that catalog, because gotta remember, y'all. Look, yo, you gotta remember this, y'all, for real. Not to get off track. Those catalogs they free money. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I get that catalog, man, I make money in my sleep every day to the day I die. Then I already got it in my will. My kid get it. Then it just stays in the family. We always get money off this particular artist. That's what that catalog means. I own Tupac, man. We get paid off him forever. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to do nothing. Shit, that's how it goes. So that's why these celebrities, like people like Clive Davis, man, he might got 20 dead people catalog. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. That's why they didn't like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was getting paid off the Beatles regardless. He getting paid regardless. You know what I'm saying? He could have gave the Beatles catalog to one child, give James Brown catalog to another child. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go down. Nah, they want that. Because, see, when you own that catalog and just say, you know, a car commercial want to use one song, I could charge them, shit, probably damn near $1 million for that one song. Or y'all gonna play that, y'all gonna play that new Lexus commercial? What? How y'all gonna play that about what? 4 months straight? The new Lexus coming out, y'all probably gonna make shit about a quick $1 billion off that new Lexus. Off my commercial, yeah, I need $1 million for that. Just for one song. Yep. 15 seconds. Yep. Boom. $1 million. That's what that catalog do. So that's why it's very important when they die to get it. So let's go back into this. Now we're gonna look at the damage that happened in Asheville. See, remember, y'all, the smoke screen is they're not talking about the Carolinas. See, Helene hit Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, but it ruined parts of the Carolinas. It was said that towns got wiped out. Then we got to also use our brain that it was a so-called tornado, storm, flood, but look what it did to this bridge. Look what it did to bricks. Also, remember, people are still here with nothing. So that's why you got media games going on. It threw us back. Remember, I told what I always told y'all when we talk about this. I said they never show you how bad it is where the blacks be at. They don't do that. Let's go. It threw us back. People living in public housing, the hood, in Asheville, cope in post-Helene life. They still don't have no power, y'all. No power, which means they cannot wash their ass. They can't cook. And you know that's affecting the babies. Did you forget about all of the seniors that's on machinery? This was a terrible storm. Helena was really a bad storm. It was not a storm. That's my point. That's my whole point. You see how these things are promoted as storms. So this would trick people to think, oh, it ain't going to be nothing. I can blow it over. You know what I'm saying? We good. This was not a regular storm. It did stuff to a lot of people still ain't found. They're not going to talk about all the numbers. If they don't have power, y'all, that means people cannot tell what's going on. They can't charge cell phones. No cell phones working for a week. We don't want y'all filming and telling stuff. Power going to stay off. That's how it works. We don't want y'all. I remember back in the day, when I say back in the day, like 2015, 2014, 2016, when the storm happened, people would pull their phone out, start filming, uploading that shit on YouTube live. And I used to watch that graphic footage live. You're also going to see what they did. I'm going to talk to y'all about this. Remember, YouTube had all the original storm chasers. Remember all the people was doing the real storm chasing. Storm will come. Real people set up YouTube channel for the real news. People set up their YouTube channel as real weather trackers. I remember like yesterday. I remember watching the storms when they would hit. Before they hit, I would see the real footage. Guess what happened? Next thing you know, all the news media outlets started peeping game. You know how we watch the fake. You know how we watch the weather on TV, right? All of them started trying to make YouTube channels being weather trackers. And I said, wow, I cannot believe that shit. So when it's a storm now, if you pull up to see what's happening, channel 5 come up, channel 3, channel 4, regulated news. They control it so you won't see what's happening. They started this shit a couple years ago. So the real weather tracker, say if I was a real weather tracker, they'll make it where you won't see my shit when I upload it. Because why? all of the major networks around America be cop blocking the weather tracking so you won't see it. Then the power go out, so nobody that's in these areas can't upload shit. You won't see it. They used to be, I remember they used to post that shit on Snapchat. They'll post that shit on the gram, the book. People that was in the middle of the shit, yo, look at this, man, my house flooded out. They would post it. Hey, yo, y'all, people dying right now. They float in the water. People will post it. They stopped that. They do media blackouts. I had to say that to say that's why the power be out for a whole week straight, and we don't know what's going on. But they telling it, look, since Helene struck, Keisha Nelson, you know who that is, and TJ Wilson have been making long walks across Asheville because her baby needs special milk. So you already know they got to walk to certain neighborhoods to get the milk. That means what? The babies ain't getting the milk, like we said already. Cicely Rogers of Asheville is stuck at her apartment with no water or electricity. Still going on to this day, y'all. Think about it, y'all. No water, no electricity. We know damn well these people about to lose their mind. They have not been on their phone for a week. Don't forget, bills still got to get paid. Still getting charged for your cable, your phone bill, Wi-Fi, all them bills still coming. Do y'all see what's going on? Where they food at? And it's mighty funny, right? Guess what else probably happened to them? Did you forget that thing they said about the strike was going to happen last week? And we also know it was the first. So we should already assume a lot of people probably went grocery shopping and went and bought a lot of groceries on the first. And what happened now? Power out. You know, a lot of groceries went bad. No power, no online access. They don't know what's going on. And it's a media blackout. And you already know it's kids. We already know they're not going to tell you how many people died. You know what I'm saying? We know it's kids and elders, but they're not going to say nothing. And you should already know which major community got affected the most. You should already know that. But everybody got affected. Let's look. To avoid the worst of Helene, they had left their home in the Fairview area to stay with Wilson's mother in Hillcrest, one of the city's public housing projects. Basically, I just have to get my baby somewhere I can walk around. Nelson remembered thinking her 6-month-old Taquan was born prematurely. So I said it to say it's two things in the story. Remember when I just we spoke about last week, the facts have come out that Black people are having the most premature babies and they're having the most miscarriages of all time in history, right now as we speak. But Hillcrest has no power or running water or common struggle for people in Asheville and Western North Carolina since the historical storm. As you see, still no power, still no water, babies got to walk to get baby milk. This is 2024. As you see, and you see, you already know who's suffering. What's up, AI? They said it's bodies and they won't get them bodies back. Yo, y'all, this was a Hurricane Katrina, period. It might have been worse because this had major winds. But remember, this is how America works, y'all. If it ain't on TV, nobody cares. If it ain't nobody gassing it up, come on, y'all. They need some water. Nobody gonna say nothing, right? Nobody gonna say nothing. That's how it works. If people not getting programmed on the internet with trending topic, or it's not on TV saying, let us pray for North Carolina and the Carolinas, nobody gonna say nothing. That's how America works. If they're not told what to do, nobody knows nothing. Nobody says nothing. And don't forget, we acting like certain people don't control the media. If you want to know, all right, this is how you're going to know control the media. You're going to see. They only bash certain people. You're going to notice the media only bashed, okay, you got the red party and the blue party. But you're going to see one party always gets bashed more than others because one party actually controls the whole media platforms. And we'll get into that. The people that control these platforms are the ones making sure you don't see this damn news. All right? That's what it is. Worry about Diddy. Don't worry about them people down there. Don't worry about your family down there that's suffering. Don't worry about that. So anyway, look. Even this man had to let it be known. Now, this is what they didn't tell us, y'all. Peep game. This is how we know it's people that's out of here. This man said the water was all the way up to his ceiling, y'all, in his house. So what that tell you, y'all? Don't forget, it also was hitting people at night when they sleep. We know everybody couldn't afford to evacuate. That's how high the water went to the ceiling, y'all. This is why people understand that this was worse than Hurricane Katrina on the same level. But they just not saying nothing. See that? The man telling you, man. The river topped out right up there at the top of my driveway. Flooded out people's house. But shh. Now, on top of all of this, y'all, another one coming. And they say the one that's coming to Florida, Tampa Bay area, they say they better leave. Ain't no ifs, ands about it. They say they better leave, y'all. 175-mile wind. That's crazy. We know the ones that be 100 do a lot. So pay attention, y'all. I did see a whole entourage of people fleeing, because this goes into what I was telling y'all about America now. The way America's set up now, y'all, you got to have money stacked. The way our peoples grew up and we was raised, you really have to have money up for what they call a rainy day now. And when I be saying these things, in my opinion, it's really mainly for people that got family. Now you have to have things put up. So like I said, the blink of an eye, you got to be able to bust moves now. That's the most important thing. See, I'm just being honest, y'all. We like to party and go out. But see, going out and partying is not as important now as if I got to get up and go. Because see, when I went to the club, the last 4 times, I spent altogether about, what, 1,000. See, I'm just making up numbers. I ain't do that shit. I'm just telling you. You party that time, you spend 200. You party another time, you spend a little 3. You party that, you spend a couple dollars, right? But the point is, now you got to think different. Yo, man, this money I'm spending today, I might need that shit next month. Because when these things happen and you're not financially situated, this is how your life becomes ruined. Because when you're not, see, the people that's not financially stable, when these events happen, you never go back to normal again. See, if you was already messed up and you was already written out somewhere, your place is gone. Where you going at? Do you got the money to pay for a hotel a whole month in case something happens? Do you got your insurance paid off in case you got to get back on your feet? These are the things that's important now, y'all. This is my opinion. These are the things we all got to grow up to, because the way America's set up is when you lose it all, you never get back on your feet. You're finished. What else, y'all? We also know it's a lot of new people in position. We all heard about the replacement thing, right? So you got to understand, for every American that falls, they're going to be replaced. So some Americans, when they fall, they're not going to get back on their feet. They're just not. Because it's a system in place where if you hit rock bottom, do you know how hard it is to get back situated? To get a steady income, then to stack the money, then to find somewhere to go, then somebody got to accept your money, then your background credentials got to be in order. It is different now. So they're banking on Americans crumbling and have nothing. So don't forget, it might not happen to you this time, but next time it could be you, or it could be something else. They also garnishing people at a high level. They doing so much dirty stuff. It's ridiculous. The point is this: it's all about the money now. Because now when you end up in these situations, and this is when I want people to understand, y'all, it don't matter how many big screen TVs in your house when this shit happens. Man, all that shit don't mean nothing. How many clothes in your closet, how many cars you got, that don't mean nothing. How much cash you got, how much you got on delivery, how much you got to get up and go and move and start over again. That's the new America now, y'all. So I'm telling you that. Because this stuff right here is really dealing with replacement. So every time an American falls off and goes broke, another migrant shall rise in their place. That's what's going on, y'all. All right? And now we got to talk about this. This is weird right here, y'all. This tripped me out. Bats attacking people at a Chicago concert. Bats. Dracula. What's up, Sandra? Check it out. Concert attendees may have been exposed to rabies and bats in Illinois. So it's to the point, I'm thinking like, yo, did somebody unleash these bats on purpose? Because I was watching this old movie, and they did show how they was trying to get this mafia man, and the mafia man had a wedding, and they unleashed a whole bunch of locusts from the airplane on purpose. They do stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, man, are they dropping planes of bats on people? Because they said this isn't the first time it happened. They said it was a concert and a bat bit somebody, and bats at the concert. Then I did a little homework. I said, let me look this. Let me see what's going on in Chi-Town, man. The bats of Chicago. I said, man, they got different breeds of bats. Big brown bats. They're one of the most common city dwellers. And they got bats in the hood, city dwellers. The eastern red bat, the most brightly colored of our local bat community. What? The species has a beautiful red fur. They got flavors of bats. Then they got the hoary bat, the biggest member of the bat community, but it weighs only 35 grams, the equivalent to 35 pennies. Then they got a silverhead bat. I said, man, I don't know what's going on in Chicago, man, but they can't catch a break. Bats attacking people, y'all. You can't make this stuff up. What's up, Annette? You can't make this stuff up, man. So I also look at it as people don't want people coming together at no concerts. Mighty funny. They said this. They said this happened before at a concert outside, and it was a like a rock event type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It was no rap or nothing like that. It was just a whole nother genre of music. But they said this ain't the first time that happened. So I'm like, it's just mighty funny. Every time they say they go into these shows, bats just coming out of nowhere and biting people. This is crazy. That's what they doing, y'all. This is crazy. All right, exactly. Allegedly, that's what came from. Yeah, exactly. That's C19. Allegedly. What's up? What's up, Judith? What's up? Halloween season. There you go. Also, let me say that yes. This is going to be the wickedest month. You're going to see wicked stuff. It is going to be a dark month. It's going to be like that the whole month. I'm not going to lie. October is a dark, dry-ass month, and this is the month of bad news. I'm going to tell y'all the 2 months of bad news for certain people is always going to be October and February. All right? That's my opinion. Other than that, we'll talk about that another time. But all you got to know is let's peep game, y'all. Let's look at how many black celebrities done died this past month. It's like it won't stop. Whitney Houston whole bloodline dying out. Michael Jackson whole bloodline dying out. His family member just died. James L. Jones dying out. Died. Good Time. That the franchise Good Times, almost all of them dead. You gotta look at it like that now. See, I'm looking at big pictures now. Almost the whole franchise of Good Times is dead. Whitney Houston bloodline, the grandmother, the mother, and the daughter dead. Do we think these are coincidences? Maybe. Let's go. I just see a lot of people dying before their time. Let's get into the recap, y'all. Let's get into this recap before we get out of here. Because, y'all, we know for a fact R.KELLY is not the only one. He has been a scapegoat. Just like he's standing there, it's supposed to be 3 other people there with him. We know this. We know for a fact Russell Simmons is supposed to be locked up right now. We know for a fact Diddy's supposed to be locked up. And we know for a fact a nigga by the name of Hov is supposed to be in there too. Because we all know they all did just as much as him, maybe even worse, and also have more allegations on them. But the point is, it's official. R.KELLY been fighting, y'all. He can't fight no more because he lost this appeal. And it's no coincidence why R.KELLY is in the news at the same exact time, why Diddy's in the news, why Jay-Z's in the news. All of this goes together because they are all homeboys. They are all family. This is the media way of showing you how they play games and connect dots and torment these people. Every time an artist sees R.KELLY, they have to be tormented. When Jay-Z wake up and see R.KELLY in court, he wants to go back to sleep. Now Jay-Z getting hit from both ways. One way R.KELLY, the other way Diddy. Get it? Jaguar right on his heels. You should clearly see Jay-Z's not comfortable. I'm still thinking before February, something's going to happen. He's going to lose that deal with the NFL. I'm still thinking that. Supreme Court rejects R.KELLY appeal of federal sex crimes. So as of now, y'all, this was the 20 years he gonna still get. So he was trying to appeal that 20 years, but now all together, y'all, he got 50 years. He got 50 years. So R.KELLY he'll never be seen again. So now all we gonna do is watch and see what's gonna happen to Diddy. If Diddy don't get fried or Diddy just disappear, we already know what's up. But the thing is, y'all, We know for a fact eventually that man right there to the left gonna get his day. He gonna get his day. And Nas already said it. That's why he was on Nas' ass. He know Nas and Wendy Williams knew his truth. And right after Nas and Wendy Williams had that sit down, right after that, that fool made sure he got with Beyonce. But like I said, right, R.Kelly sentenced to 30 years in prison for sex crimes. The U.S. singer was convicted last year in sex trafficking case after several survivors came forward with the stories of abuse. Now, as you see, they say only what? Several survivors came through. Now, look how many people came through on Diddy. The question is, how did R. Kelly get 50 years? And they saying Diddy only facing 15. All the stuff he did, physically, drugs, guns, extortion, cars getting blown up, trafficking. How you only facing? It's right in our face, y'all. Diddy got to be working for somebody. If R. Kelly, right here in our face, y'all, boom. Robert Sylvester Kelly was already serving 30 years for sex trafficking. If he got 30 years for sex trafficking, how come Diddy is only facing 15 years for sex trafficking? Something is not right. Something is not right. Diddy did sex trafficking just like R. Kelly. Okay, Diddy, that should be 30 years you facing off the rip. Then Diddy, you accused of sex trafficking more than one person. That's supposed to be like 100 years. Then you're supposed to be having people with all these drugs. You a drug dealer. That's a kingpin charge. That's supposed to be facing life. So we don't got to keep going with the 2 guns to scratch off cereal. That's more gun charges for each gun. So how the hell is Diddy only facing 15 years? Man, because Diddy might not do nothing. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm going to say this, y'all. It's clear as day. They always wanted R. Kelly to go down. Always. R. Kelly just didn't know that. They always wanted him to go down. I'm going to say it. Def Jam was always conspiring to take R. Kelly down. They wanted him out the way. You also got to remember when they wanted him down, R. Kelly was the king. You got to remember that. R. Kelly was the king. All the women loved him. You got to remember, if all of them was in a room together, got to think about these things. Y'all keep forgetting. Some of y'all be acting green. You got to remember, if all of them in that room together, and R. Kelly walked in that room, y'all know what time it was. Y'all know what time it was. I told y'all they ain't like ladies, man, neither. If you was a ladies, man, R&B singing, you ain't listening to them, that's why they ain't like R. Kelly neither, because they couldn't do what they want with him like that. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't do him like Usher. Couldn't do him like a little man. But y'all know what happened if they all was in one room, in their prime, you know who was going to steal the show. They knew that. They also knew R. Kelly generated a lot of money. He controlled that Chicago market, period. You got to remember, see, when R. Kelly's gone, now I can put my R&B singer. We got an R&B singer on Rockefeller. We can put him out there. But what they did was, we ain't going to get a singer from Chicago. We're going to get a producer that can rap, Kanye West. And Kanye West was also used to tap into that Chicago fan base. To be technical with you, Kanye West replaced R. Kelly. And he was the cash cow for Rockefeller Records, bringing in that Chicago money. But you got to remember, they were always wanting him gone because he was in the game before them. He had more money than them. R. Kelly riches came from all music. What people have to understand, JAZ-Z and Diddy, all their money came from shit opposite of music. R. Kelly, a real musician, he got rich off his music. Taylor Swift is a billionaire strictly off of music. These guys did cheat codes. They brought out clothes and shit and did other stuff. I mean, they're not. That's why I told you, none of them are self-made millionaires like that. R. Kelly got rich strictly off talent. That's self-made millionaire, fool. No help, strictly talent. Strictly singing. That's called self-made millionaire. I did this off my voice. Get it? No, these guys got rich off deals. Deals with Ciroc, deals with clothing lines, Macy's, shit like that, cheat codes. All right? Never had no real talent. They knew one thing. We get in with the white people. And we always get our money up. As long as we do that, we'll control everybody else. And what we can't get down, we'll pay for. And what we can't pay for, we'll make disappear. That's what they did. Simple. So my point is, they was always conspiring against R. Kelly. Because I'm looking at this whole best of both worlds thing as a front. I'm looking at all this was staged to get R. Kelly. You got to remember, right after this, R. Kelly's downfall came. That's why I said that. R. Kelly's downfall came after this. Did y'all forget? And the reason why I say that, because at this time, Russell Simmons, it might have came out on Def Jam, bro, but you had nothing to do with this project. Why was you there? And Diddy, you was running Bad Boy Records. This event had nothing to do with you neither, Diddy. What was you doing there? And I know y'all all fake now, and I know the shit y'all on. It looked to me like all of y'all was conspiring against R. Kelly, period. I don't care what y'all say. And I think y'all thought once R. Kelly went down, all that Aaliyah stuff was going to stop. And let's not forget, because my people be forgetting those timelines. They be forgetting timelines. I'm going to ask y'all something in the chat. Put me on point. This is the number one question. Everybody watching, leave a comment. When I'm finished, I want everybody to answer this question. Was Best of Both Worlds before Jay-Z was with Aaliyah or after? Which one was it? Was Best of Both Worlds before Aaliyah or after Aaliyah? Now we're going to see who knows what. Let's go. Which one was it? This is the $1 million question, y'all. Y'all son said after. He was with Aaliyah, not after R. Kelly. See, remember, it's different levels. Okay, but let me clarify that. We know they was with Aaliyah after she was a little girl. I'm talking about after the Best of Both Worlds. Did he get with Aaliyah after Best of Both Worlds, or was he with her before? Was he with Aaliyah? This is a question. Let me clarify. Was he with Aaliyah before Best of Both Worlds or after Best of Both Worlds? See, people got the dates mixed up. See, I knew that was going to happen before. People say after, before. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Nope. He was with Aaliyah before they did this album. That's how we got tricked. Remember, it was after R. Kelly had. See, we keep forgetting. And then we forgetting the timeline is R. Kelly had her when she was young. Jay-Z and them got with her when she was already grown. But it was after R. Kelly, but before the Best of Both Worlds album. These pictures is before Best of Both Worlds album. These pictures like from 99, 2000. Gotta remember. Told y'all a lot we forgot. This was right before Best of Both Worlds. So my point is, that's my proof. When they was with R. Kelly the whole time, they already had a grudge against that man. They already had a grudge. They was conspiring. That's my point. They already could, because I'm pretty sure Leah probably told him what R. Kelly was about, the things he did, and whatever it was, they might have had a grudge. It could have been personal. They could have did it for her. I don't know, but you're going to understand that they got with her. This was right before this. That's my point. So that's how I know they've been wanting to set him up. What's up, D-Hobbs? So they was acting like they was R. Kelly's friend. Meanwhile, he was already with Aaliyah. Then what happened? After R. Kelly. Then after, see, remember, Jay-Z was with her before Dame. See, that's throwing people off too. Jay-Z was with her before Dame. That's what's really messing people's head up. He was with her first. Yeah, I remember Jay-Z was working with Timbaland and them. Get it? So he's working with Timbaland. He had dibs to Aaliyah. I think when Jay-Z was rocking with her, probably was like 99, around that time. Dame was with Aaliyah when she died. Remember? Told you the dates mixed up. Dame was with Aaliyah right before this. Let's ask the next question to freshen up our memory. Did Best of Both Worlds drop before Aaliyah died or after Aaliyah died? Let's go. Let's go. Tell you we're going to connect these dots real quick. Did Aaliyah die before Best of Both Worlds or after? Come on, chat. Yeah, I'm keeping y'all working today. What's good? Best of both worlds dropped after she died. Florida said before. After. Before. Somebody Google it. Aaliyah died before Best of Both Worlds. Because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, everybody was already mad at R.Kelly when she died. No. She died, then the sex tape dropped. Told you we got the timeline mixed up. She died, then the sex tape dropped. Hold up. You playing with us? Nah. Hold up. Aaliyah, I'm going to show you how everybody been on this internet, and everybody been talking about these stories, but nobody ain't got the timeline right yet. Aaliyah died during 106 and Park days. Missy and Timberland. Hold up. All right, y'all. I see. Okay. Look. This the question, right? I'm telling you, look. This Best of Both Worlds thing is the key to all of this right here. Because for a fact, this will start R. Kelly demise right here. This is not after the R. Kelly tape dropped. I do know that much. And time went so fast, y'all. This did not drop after the R. Because remember, after the R. Kelly tape dropped, they was done with him. The R. Kelly tape was part of his demise of taking him out. I remember this clear as day. Aaliyah tape drop, right? Aaliyah tape drop. It was after she had already died. And they were saying that R. Kelly didn't show Aaliyah no love when through all of that. And this is what I heard back then. They were saying that was part of why the tape had dropped, because he ain't show no love. Because remember, he was the one with her, but he ain't show no love. Then the tape dropped. Then they were saying that was part of the payback on him. Get it? So boom, hold up. The album was released in what? March 19th, 2002. That's the proof. They still work with R. Kelly after all that shit happened, which means all this was a setup. Bingo. Thank you. So this was after the tape died, after she died, after the tape came out. This is when they still put them albums out. Bingo. So you'll see this whole shit was to get rid of R. Kelly. Because they all were still dealing with that man after the fact. As you see, it's like they had to get him to do one more album. Because remember, JAZ pulled the stunt to get out of contract, to get out the show. He didn't want to do the show with him because the album was already recorded for Def Jam and the album was already made money. But JAZ didn't have to deal with him no more. So JAZ kind of basically like robbed R. Kelly for that album. Look at it like that. Yeah, I just used R. Kelly to get him. I was the hottest. Look, he was hot. R. Kelly was hot. I just used R. Kelly to put out 2 hot albums real quick to keep my streams going, keep my record sales going, keep me at the top. I just used him to get them songs done. Now I'm going to get rid of his ass. And then remember, R. Kelly caught them charges after that, but he beat it. So they plan didn't work. What up, AI? What's up, AI? Dame begged her to get on that plane. Allegedly, something ain't right. Boom. So the point is this, y'all. They did this album after all of that. After all of that. And who's to say? You know what I'm starting to peep to, y'all? This shit might be deeper than we fucking think. I'm starting to think maybe Aaliyah was still dealing with R. Kelly too. You get it? Because like I say, if he got on when she was young, who's to say her R. Kelly wasn't still cool? You know what I'm saying? Talking on the phone. You know what I'm saying? They could have found out she's still talking back to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Because chicks on pillow talk, man. Let's stop playing. They get Aaliyah. She telling them all the R. Kelly business. Then they fuck around, found out. Oh, you still talking to that nigga? Whole time she's still telling their business. Next thing you know, she gotta go. We setting his ass up. That's it. Get it? At that time, they was in their prime. At that time, you gotta remember, y'all, it was about those big millions, and this was when they was really chasing for that top spot. They were chasing for that major fame. This is when they started doing all of the things to get where they're at now. So this is when they was all straight cutthroat. But see, we also got to look at it like this, because nobody ever said this neither. Maybe Aaliyah could have been playing all their ass. Young Detroit girl. Got that game from Chicago. She could have been playing all these grown niggas. Look at her as a chick that was used to playing on grown niggas since she was young. Could have been playing all of them. That's why when I said that joke, Aaliyah could have had them niggas coochie whipped. Just being honest with you. She could have did certain things that had them turned out, and she was playing all of them. Then when they got hip, she playing us. Get it? Boom. So I'm looking at all this shit now. I know one thing. They all agree R. Kelly had to go, and this was a setup. Because right after this was his demise. And then you'll see when R. Kelly went down, then they started going to next levels. That's why I say it was certain people, as they got them out the way, they started going up certain levels. King of R&B, he in trouble, y'all. It's all about me now. Damn, I can't come out as Jay-Z because when R. Kelly dropped, he take the lady sales away from me. Nas knew all of this, y'all. Nas knew all of this. He been knew this. Nas been around from day one. R. Kelly resurfaced video proves he did know Aaliyah's real age. Nas told Wendy Williams that he believed Jay was aware of Kelly's wrongdoing, saying, I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about and made fun of it and showed pictures of Jay hanging out. So he already told us, man. He saw the pictures of Jay hanging with R. Kelly. What did it say right here? Nas suggests Jay-Z was indulging in young girl bingo bingo. But everybody was on Jay-Z nuts. Nobody wanted to believe Nas. When Nas was riding on the whole Def Jam by himself, he told you Nori was a fraud on Def Jam. He said, Nori, Nick, step your bars up. Nas was telling us all of these guys were in cahoots doing dirt, paying off radio stations, right? He told us. Jay-Z, the same dude as R. Kelly. Nobody ain't listen. Right after Nas went on that campaign with Wendy Williams, Jay-Z ran Beyonce. Nas suggests Jay-Z indulged in young girls with R. Kelly. Bingo. R. Kelly. Most collabs still streaming, including 2 Jay-Z albums. R. Kelly and Jay-Z, Take You Home. Body. Take You Home, boy. Best of both worlds. So Nas knew what time it was. Let's look at what Nas said to Wendy Williams one more time, y'all. Rest in peace, Wendy Williams. We might not never see her again. Man, we don't even know if she's dead now. Let's go. As you see in a resurfaced interview from 2002. Right after this, 2003, Bonnie and Clyde started. This when Jay-Z started to run from rap. I'm going to say it again. He tried to sign as Nas back then. He knew about that interview. He knew Nas was on his head. He knew Nas knew all the secrets. That's why he tried to take Nas out. He made a song about Nas, tried to take him out. It didn't work. Sent the whole state property at him. That didn't work. Tried to have Dipset, Jim Jones going at him. That didn't work. They was trying to take Nas out a long time ago. Because they knew Nas had the secrets. What Nas had the secrets about? Well, Nas said, you can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come in that studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. He continued, you going to tell me he didn't see you going to tell me he didn't see no 14-year-old girl coming to that vicinity? You seen it go down, Wendy. I've been around R. Kelly. I've been on tours with him. I didn't see no 14-year-olds, but I talked to that man and see there's a little problem there. Nas said, R. Kelly needs help. I pray for him. I'm here for the people. I'm here to talk the truth. That's what Nas said, man. And after that, this man ran and got married. Well, he didn't get married at first. Don't forget, he was with that woman for a long time. He wasn't married. He was just hiding out. He wanted to go hide out under R&B and become a fake businessman because he didn't want to rap no more. His rap card had already got spoiled. See, that's what I kept telling y'all. Y'all didn't want to peep it back then. I always said Eat the One. I know it was on Jay-Z nuts. Nas exposed the man's whole life in the goddamn rap because Nas knew who the nigga was before he became a rapper. So he told the nigga, he told you, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's a clone. He's on my nuts. He got me in his first song. Nas told you he's a fraud. You didn't believe him, right? Because y'all was on Jay-Z. I think this when a lot of men first started turning fruity too. Because they was obsessed with that man. So Nas told everybody, but nobody wanted to believe it. So now you'll see Jay-Z always knew Nas was on his ass. He knew Nas was on his ass with those bars, with those lyrics, with the King of the City talk, with that whole New York era. But he mainly knew. Nas knew all of his secrets, his weaknesses. Nas knew Jay-Z business with them females. Nas knew all the secrets. He always had a grudge. So he used the art of war tactic called keep your enemies close. That's what he always did with Nas. He never liked Nas. He always knew Nas was a threat. Nas was the only one that had the power to destroy Jay-Z years ago. He knew this. This is why he hauled ass from the rap game. He turned into a fake ass businessman and he stayed out of rapping for a while. He sold us this executive, I'm better than y'all shit because I'm richer, but it had nothing to do with rap music. He was playing corporate games with the rappers. He was telling the rappers, hey, y'all niggas rap. Yeah, y'all niggas got that, but I got the corporate shit on y'all niggas now. That's the game he was playing. He played that shit for about 10 years. He played the corporate game and the Beyonce game for 20 years. Had nothing to do with rap. They couldn't beat Nas with rap. And to this day, Nas got all the secrets. So when Nas said that back then, the Wendy Williams, the number one person who was exposing everybody back then, Jay-Z knew that was a problem. So he knew he lost the battle. He knew a lot of people still love Nas. He knew that they could put the nail in his coffin with a lot of truth. So that's why he got low after that. And he didn't want to be around that rap stuff like that. That's what happened. Jay-Z is yet to comment on the allegations. Kelly continues to deny all claims against him, which include mental, physical, emotional abuse, sexual misconduct, predatory behavior. My point is, everybody thinks it's just R.Kelly, but it ain't just him. It's that simple. See, let's break it in real life, y'all. Y'all rock with me on this channel, right? But if I had 3 homeboys accused of doing the same thing, 3 homeboys, not 1, not 2, 3. 3 of my homeboys are on the sex registry. 3. And I hung with them to the last day. I hung with them all into the time until y'all found out. But I ain't do shit. That's what Jay-Z did. Hung with them all these years. They knew it was up. But that's why I say, now they're getting their payback. The Most High made dang teeth fall out to show you he's nothing. All right? Jay-Z's being exposed right now to show you that he's nothing. He is not Jehovah. He's a nobody. Now he's scared. Like a human being, he's scared. Because he knows. And like I say, I'm not stupid. If I was him, y'all, I would have been ran. The writing's on the wall. They got all your peoples. And Johnny Cochran dead. You was just good before because Johnny was alive. Johnny ain't alive no more. Johnny even gone. See what I'm saying? So you ain't got no help, Jay-Z. You're done. R.Kelly got 50 years. Diddy in jail. Your man Dame, he's suffering. Dame, I told y'all, Dame's punishment is to walk around broke for the rest of his life. That's his punishment. It's similar to life. It's something like life in jail. Because he's the one going to walk around being humiliated forever. The first black man to have $30 million and have nothing. So Dame's way of suffering is not by death. You know how the Most High work. His job is to suffer, being a broke mother, you know who. That's Dame punishment, be embarrassed. And Jay-Z, they're going to keep him ducking and dodging. He might fuck around and have a stroke because I know he's scared. It's no way around it, y'all. If he was smart, he would run right now. Right now, he would run, period. Because they're going to get him. They want that money. They want that money. It's not about what they did to black people. It's about getting that money back. So like I said, we now see the key players, but we already knew this. We all know they try to act innocent. Dame try to tell us ain't nothing go down in the Hamptons. He was only there for a little while. But I'm going to say Aaliyah had all you turned out. I'm going to say she played all you niggas. All you old heads, she was playing y'all back then. And y'all didn't like that. So for some reason, Aaliyah had to go and R. Kelly had to go. For some reason. Because maybe Aaliyah and R. Kelly was still tight. I'm going to say that. I'm going to throw that out there, y'all. That's my opinion. Maybe Aaliyah and R. Kelly was still tight as she got older, but they just didn't want nobody to know, and y'all didn't like that. That's what I think. Because y'all want her to be all on the Def Jam. An unearthed interview from 2002, Nas tells Wendy Williams that Jay-Z have known about R. Kelly. You also got to remember, this was right after Aaliyah had died too. So when Nas was campaigning on them, he was campaigning on them for a lot of stuff. Don't forget, Aaliyah's on Nas' album. Nas even had a feature from Aaliyah before any of these fools. And like I said, this was the start of Wendy Williams' ending right here, y'all. She forgot all that dirt she said about Diddy. It was no such thing as burying a hatchet with Diddy. You can't call Diddy zesty to 1 million some fans. That's what y'all keep forgetting about these platforms. You can't put Diddy on blast as being fruity to all those people, white people, fans around the world, millions of people. You slander this man's name, and then you think he's gonna forgive you. No, businessmen know how to forgive you, okay, but they not, and his heart ain't gonna forgive you. Right after this, next thing you know, Wendy Williams show y'all see what happened. Now let's look at this couch, y'all. Let's think, real simple. Is this a coincidence? Both of them gone now? Is that a coincidence? Now they do say some things coincide, but is this a coincidence? They both gone. That's right. So now you see, man, this is also part of my proof. When I told people black entertainment was over with, I was just taking a piece of paper, writing down everything I see and adding it all up. I seen in them, it's in our face, y'all. This is why it's over. On every level. It is no major platform for y'all to even be interviewed on. Then how y'all gonna be interviewed when y'all don't even have no recent work? Y'all not even getting no recent deals. Y'all don't have no recent merchandise. It's nothing to push. You getting it? So I'm showing you. The game is over. Salute, C. Walker. Thank you very much, Carol. So this is all part of it, y'all. So on that note, we're gonna close out. I will be back later. We're gonna be back later. You feel me? The What's Poppin' show. We back at it later on. And I'm gonna be talking about this epidemic that's going on in America right now, y'all. It's out of control. Mail theft crisis. The streets are desperate. American roaches. This is going on. Streets are dead. So now this whole identity theft thing is being done through your mailbox. And guess what? In some places, the post office in on it, the mail carrier in on it too. This is the last resort of broke people in America that thought they was going to live off the streets. So we're going to talk about that later on the What's Poppin' show. But for right now, we're going to get out of here. And I appreciate all y'all for pulling up. Stay tuned. The saga continues. This is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing I say is a fact. I'm just joking and playing around. All right. On that note, everybody have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Handle your business. Keep your head up and stay focused out here. And on that, man, we out. One. So think about this too, y'all. Common sense. How could this game go on for over 30 years, but we only still have a handful of the same people? JAZ-Z, Busta Rhymes, Diddy, Nas, Nori, Pharrell. What happened to everybody else, y'all? Do you get what I'm saying now? Can you see how they was monopolizing and controlling the whole game? They manipulated the game so much where there's nobody even around no more. How can we have 30 years of all this music, but nobody's around? Nobody didn't figure it out. It's because these guys were controlling the whole game. 30 years. We are seeing the same exact people. Everybody else is gone. Dead, fell off, written out of history. Rap game over. You see it, right? It's no, they didn't do nothing. That's why all these rappers now, what they doing now, y'all? Podcasts and shit. They're doing podcasts. They're YouTubers. That's really a disgrace. It's really a disgrace. Y'all was around billionaires, all this money, all these executives. Now look, y'all ain't doing shit. So that just show y'all rap game ain't do nothing. It was all smoke and mirrors.